What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on this motherfucking YouTube shit. This is serious. Wow, what the fuck?
What's up? It's your boy. Can't tell how you do shit. Hey man, say man, we are lit, eh? Lit the team, man. Turn. Today, it's motherfucking day. Straight heading outside, big crib. Yes, sir. Big crib out here. Outside shit, hood shit, man. Hey man, say man. I hope y'all be liking these videos up, man. Hey man, the grind don't stop, man. They might try to stop your boy, but I don't stop. You dig? And that's how you gotta go in life, man. They might put an exit. They might put a brick wall in front of you, a metal wall in front of you. You gotta run through them bitches full force on and show them that you don't care. And you can still make something out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? You did. Cree-up. You know what I'm saying? 7-4 trade type shit, man. So, hey man, say man, insane. We fine with you, Palestine. We fine with you, Congo. We fine with you, Russia, man. You know what I'm saying? Whoop Ukraine ass, man. So I hope y'all enjoy these videos, man. You know what I'm saying? Consistently stay in tune. Appreciate for all the loyal support, man. All my loyal fans, man. I appreciate y'all niggas, man, because without y'all niggas, man, this channel wouldn't be nothing. I'm just let it be known. I keep y'all way first, and you know what I'm saying? I appreciate the people who watch these videos. You know what I'm saying? You did, gang. Because, you know what I'm saying, everybody helps out everybody. I give out the information and try to keep it entertaining. You know what I'm saying? No, stop cree-up, hood shit. And y'all try to support nigga and, you know what I'm saying, do what it do. You know what I'm saying? Gang. So I hope y'all enjoy these videos, man. You know what I'm saying? Come to the Black Hebrew Israelite, man. We'll keep on fighting all day, every day, man. You know what I'm saying? Northside shit, man. So, hey, man, like I said, man, we're church will, church away. So I hope y'all enjoy these videos, man. And let's get into it. Come to the Black Hebrew Israelite, man. Alright. Boom. Today, it's a motherfucking day. Straight here outside crib. Gang. Oh, we finna talk about this shit, man. I've been waiting for this shit, man. I seen this shit, man. I was like, oh, Eminem, your time has come. You white pussy ass motherfucker, man. Eminem, man. Is Eminem an industry plant? Was Eminem implanted into the black community to steal hip-hop from the streets for the corporate white folks to make the money off of us by stealing the rap from the streets, giving it to these fake-ass niggas, these fake-ass rappers that's never done nothing, but they got good rhymes and making a bag off of us. You know what I'm saying? We the real niggas with the real stories, gang. And then they give everything that we talking about or everything that we done and give it to these fake ass motherfuckers so they can make the bag off of us. You know what I'm saying? And Eminem was most definitely an industry plant. Now this is what we finna talk about in Eminem, man. Now this is about his racist rap album. This came out a long time ago. You know, I feel bad for the black community sometimes, man, black generation, man, because it's like, man, these white people can come into our community, or these Mexicans, they can come into our community, play us for a joke, talk shit in front of our faces, go crazy, and you black motherfuckers will still find some way to give them niggas the motherfucking approval that they can do it. Like, what is we doing? I don't understand it. How can we let the popo come in this bitch, be racist, and y'all still make excuses for these niggas? Y'all can't make excuses for being racism of white people. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, man, you know what I'm saying? This is why I come on the internet, man. Cause I'm calling out all this bullshit, man. Keep the same motherfucking energy, man. If y'all got energy to take out a black man, an innocent black man, have the same energy to take out a racist ass white person. That's all I'm saying, man. Cause it's like, bro, y'all can't let these motherfuckers come into our community, take everything that we got, And y'all make excuses for, oh yeah, they just white. We just let them do. But then when it's a nigga, the biggest, toughest gangsters in the world. Let's get it. Oh. But then you got these motherfuckers playing fools in our faces. Bro, y'all they goofy niggas, man. And it's sad because it's like, bro, we got the opportunity to run our shit and take our shit and make our shit up. But then we got these coon ass niggas who would do anything for the white man and kiss it, then kiss their ass. And keep us down. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like we it's a sad situation we in, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, you know, if you don't call these motherfuckers out, they're just gonna keep on doing it and 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 doing it over again. And then you get a person like Eminem. That nigga was an industry player. He was forced into this bitch to take the rap game from us. And you know, the system help boost that nigga up. You know these white people was waiting for a white person to come in this bitch and talk, oh yeah, he the best rapper ever. This white motherfucker could never be the king of rap. Fuck out of the shit, nigga. Disrespectful ass shit, nigga. Just like Elvis. Elvis could never be the king of pop. Disrespectful ass, weak ass shit, nigga. So I got the videos, man. I hope y'all enjoy these videos, man. This some real deal shit, man. Like, hey, y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. So enjoy these videos and yeah, let's get into it.
Like they call it the racist rap hour tapes. The racist rap hour, you know, that Eminem and his group at the time, you know, it was 3 other white guys had made this whole tape with a lot of racist stuff on it. There was actually more records.
Yeah, where he's saying and all that shit.
Yeah, like calling black people monkeys and stuff like that.
It was when Benzino decided to say, hey, Eminem is a racist. We need to listen to this track.
We can hear the music now.
I'll get straight to the point. Black girls are bitches. That's why I'ma tell you, you better pull up your britches. Cause all that cash is making your ass drag from the boyfriend you ganked. Black girls and white girls just don't mix because black girls are dumb and white girls are good chicks. White girls are good. I like white girls.
Black women are bad. White women are good.
Bruh. So long story short, in the early 2000s, Eminem had been beefing this guy named Benzino. And Benzino happened to be the co-owner of The Source, basically the biggest publication in hip-hop at the time. And nearing the end of this beef, in late 2003, Benzino got his hands on some tapes of Eminem spitting some allegedly racist bars, and they called it Eminem's Racist Rap Hour tapes. So they decided to try and cancel Eminem before people were even talking about cancel culture. They released a CD of them and put them out with an issue of their magazine. Even just for that reason alone, I think this is a video worth making and a time in hip-hop history worth revisiting. Now, before we get further into this video, I just want to make so this Benzino fella, before becoming the silent co-owner of The Source magazine, had a so-so rap career. Nothing particularly special, but he made a couple of tracks that charted in the top 50. Anyway, in 2003, after a couple of years away from music, Benzino dropped a diss track out of nowhere aimed at Eminem, called Pull Up Your Skirt, calling him the 2003 Vanilla Ice. He went on to drop a couple more and a full mixtape of Eminem disses, to which Eminem replied with 2 diss tracks of his own. You might remember this stanza in Like Toy Soldiers, where Eminem addresses the issue. No, I'm not going to rap it. You can just read it right here in front of you. You've probably heard it a few times when you were 12 and you thought this was the best rap track ever. And you thought it was extremely emotional and it really touched you. It might still touch you now. Anyway, you've read it. Let's move on. According to recent Vlad TV interviews with David Mays, the other Source co-owner, Benzino essentially went after Eminem with the diss track because he thought M was overhyped because he was white, and that his immense fame could potentially be damaging for hip-hop culture in the long term and prevent more talented black artists breaking through.
But by 2002, I think, is when 8 Mile is coming out. And this is when the media goes into kind of overdrive, the mainstream media, and it's like, you know, Eminem is the king of hip hop. You know, he's the greatest to ever do it. You know, they're just, you know, going crazy with, you know, the way they're portraying him.
Because he's white.
And I think that, you know, rubbed Benzino the wrong way. And I think it had him thinking like, you know, this could be bad for hip hop. You know, that just like Elvis was used to change the trajectory of rock and roll music and cut out black folks.
Shout
Yeah,
out
we
to
created
Vlad
rock and
TV,
roll.
by the way, and specifically Sean Prez, because he's been asking literally anyone that sits down on the couch in front of him about these tapes in the last literally 2 years, like some interviews as recent as 2022. So Sean's keeping this stuff fresh in people's minds and asking people about it right now. So a lot of this interview footage
Eminem is
that I'm
an
going to be
industry
using.
plant.
Vlad TV is like brand new, recent, so people are still talking about this, so I'm not just bringing it up randomly.
Shout out Sean Price. Please don't copyright strike this, Sean. Please, Vlad, please do not copyright strike this, please. It's fair use, bro. It's fair use, bro. It's fair use, bro. Please go watch their full interviews after this. I'll link them in the description. So in November 2003, after all the disses had been sent back and forth, 3 dudes arrived at the Source offices trying to sell tapes allegedly featuring Eminem spitting some racist freestyles.
Eminem's like, they call it the racist rap hour tapes. I was like, oh, really? I said, man, I jumped on the next thing smoking. Met with the guys. Eminem's like, they call it the racist rap hour tapes.
Eminem is a bitch.
I was like, oh, really?
Trash.
I said,
His
man,
rap
I
was
jumped
never
on the
good.
next thing smoking. Met with the guys. It was like Maddox.
Maddox, what's up, man? I know you want to come out.
15.
So apparently these 3 dudes who used to be friends with Eminem back in the day had been trying to sell these tapes for over a year for $50,000. So they finally ended up at the doors of the Source after all the Benzino diss track stuff happened. Benzino wouldn't give them 50k, but he did give them 15k. After the Source had got their hands on these tapes, they then held a press conference, inviting as many journalists down as possible in the hopes of encouraging some sort of national outcry and getting Eminem an old-fashioned cancelling. I know I've already played a part of this press conference and when he plays the tune, but we need to run it back because it's just so hilariously awkward.
It's the same way that you guys have treated Mike Tyson. You guys are treating Kobe Bryant. You guys have treated R. Kelly, O.J. Simpson.
Damn.
We can hear the music now.
I'll get straight to the point. Black girls are bitches. That's why I'ma tell you, you better pull up your britches. Cause all that cash is making your ass drag from the boyfriend you ganked. And that's pretty bad.
Although the scandalous nature of Eminem's lyrics have given Benzino and the Source a newfound support for their claims, perhaps the biggest revelation of the press conference was how bad Eminem was just 10 years ago, and how much he's improved since.
He's still trash.
Date a white girl, cause they got the raw hide.
Apparently there's 2 tracks on this tape, and the one that you heard at that press conference came to be known as Foolish Pride. It's about 5 minutes long, just short of 5 minutes long in full, and the entire theme of it is being disrespectful towards black women. And the other one came to be known as So Many Styles. It's only 36 seconds long and features someone that calls himself Eminem saying the N-word.
There's so many styles I might get thrown, and here's a place where I like to roam. And all the girls that I like to bone have the big butts. No, they don't, cause I don't like that shit. I'm just here to make a bigger hit. When I be kicking, the hype is dope. It's proud to say that Eminem is the best MC in of all times.
So at the end of this press conference, Benzino let everyone know that he was planning to release these tapes on a free CD with the next issue of the Source magazine. Shady Records did not want that to happen, so they took the Source to court in December 2003, literally the month after the tapes came out, to try and stop them publishing the recordings. Shady Records went after the Source in a copyright infringement case, and the judge actually ruled in favor of the Source. The judge only let them put a small portion of the tape out, about 20 seconds, under fair use law. And I'm sure anyone that uploads stuff to YouTube will know about fair use and, you know, how vague it is. So 20 seconds in what was a landmark case where the people using the so-called copyright material actually won the right to publish some of it. And apparently the tape was a lot longer than the 2 tracks that we know now that are widely available online, up to an hour. Obviously, Eminem's racist rap hour. Despite Eminem's best efforts, the Source were true to their word, and they published a combined 20 seconds of both of the tracks that I've played you in February 2004, alongside their magazine that featured an article with interviews of people who claim to be friends with Eminem and who were there when the recordings were made in the early 90s. The front of the CD reads, The source exposes Eminem's racist songs and the secret agenda to steal hip-hop from the streets. In an attempt to suppress several blatantly racist songs Eminem recorded back when he was 21 years old, his record company, Shady Records, sued the source this past December. In a landmark decision by federal judge Gerald E. Lynch on Monday, December 22nd, the source was given the right, in the interest of freedom of the press, to include a total of 20 seconds from the songs on this CD.
The hype is dope as round to say that Eminem is the best MC in of all time.
So the big question, are these tapes even Eminem? And the logical answer is yes. How could you take someone to court for copyright if you don't own the thing you're taking them to court for copyright for, if you didn't make it? So even just taking them to court for copyright is essentially admitting ownership as far as I'm concerned. Because if not, you'd just take them to court for libel or slander or something else for them claiming that these tracks were you. But according to Eminem and the Shady Records team, it's not quite as simple as that. The longer track, Foolish Pride, Eminem took ownership of straight away, putting out a statement not long after the Source press conference that read, Ray Benzino, David Mays and the Source have had a vendetta against me, Shady Records and our artists for a long time. The tape they played today was something I made out of anger, stupidity and frustration when I was a teenager. I'd just broken up with my girlfriend, who was African American, and I reacted like the angry, stupid kid I was. I hope people will take for it the foolishness that it was, and not for what somebody is trying to make it into today. However, when it comes to the second recording, the 36-second one where someone drops the N-word, Eminem was less keen to claim ownership of that one. His manager Paul Rosenberg told MTV News that neither he nor Eminem had heard or heard of that first track. So let me play this again so you can judge for yourself here.
Cause I just grabbed the microphone and I just gotta get so hyper, speaking of hypertone. And so many sounds I might get thrown. And here's a place where I like to roam. And all the girls that I like to bone have the big butt. No they don't, cause I don't like that shit. I just here to make a bigger hit. When I be kicking, the hype is dope as round to say that Eminem is the best MC in of all times. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Surely if the first track is Eminem, then the second track is going to be Eminem, because it kind of sounds the same. The guy on the track says that he's Eminem. Both of the tracks are coming from the same source, no pun intended. They're coming from these three dudes who claim to know Eminem. You know, if the first one's him, so they've legitimately got their hands on that, surely that one's him too. But obviously, he couldn't, even if it was, he couldn't admit that, because the amount of damage that it would do to his career and reputation is potentially unthinkable. And another thing, if it wasn't him, surely in court he could have proved that it wasn't him and prevented the Source from publishing that in their combined 20 seconds, because the Source published clips from this one too. So the judge said, yes, you can publish those clips, and Shady Records tried to stop them under copyright. So surely that suggests that Eminem owns that, because he's trying to claim that it's him. They could only put 20 seconds of that in as well. So Eminem's claimed a copyright strike against this song that he says he's never heard of. That doesn't make sense, does it? Let me know what you think in the comments.
He literally can't rap.
So did Eminem get off lightly?
Yes.
In this day and age, yeah. If those tracks came out during the social media era, Eminem would be cancelled before you could say the word cancelled. He would be gone. After dropping Encore in late 2004, Eminem did disappear for a good 5 years before he came back with Relapse. A fact that Vlad TV's Sean Prez thinks might be linked to these tapes coming out and the fallout from them. But I'm not really too sure about that. It feels like a bit of a tenuous link. Obviously, I wasn't old enough and wasn't living in the US at the time or whatever. So if you were at that time, did people give a shit about these tapes? Did people react? Was there much of a fallout? Were newspapers going after M? Let me know in the comments, because it's hard to judge now when you're just doing the research on the internet how much impact these tapes actually
career, if any. Because if you look back now, a lot of people might not even know about them. So it seems like they had virtually no impact. He just said soz and got on with being the biggest rapper, best-selling rapper of all time. Soz. But honestly, I think it depends who you ask when it comes to this.
Nick Cannon been going all the white people.
Benzino, and a lot of other just music fans think that him simply saying soz wasn't good enough. Like I said at the start of this video,
he want to come into our shit and call us the hard ER.
But he did do something racist in saying the things that he said on these tapes. Yeah,
go to country music.
You can't argue with that. Listen to them back. they're laughably shit, but the stuff that's been said in them is anti-black. It's racist. On the other hand, you could believe that he never made the one with the N-word in it, and that it makes sense that he was young and angry at his ex-girlfriend, so you can forgive him for the longer track because he was, like he says, an angry, stupid kid. In fact, according to Bizarre in another interview with Flat TV, that almost 5-minute clip was taken from a longer segment where M was rapping about all of the races, and the Source just chopped it down into the black part.
The song was cut off and edited. The song was, they was freestyling, they was naming all type of races, like white girl, what you think about a white girl, black girl, black girl, basically. But the Source just edited the black girl part and made it like it was racist.
And honestly, for me, if that's true, that just raises more questions than answers and almost confirms this theory that it was some sort of race-themed freestyle hour where, you know, a group of 4 white dudes were sat in a basement rapping about other races. Like, it's just really uncomfortable, weird thoughts.
When y'all done killed so many people, put people in slavery.
This tape was longer.
He's a
and they were
goofy.
rapping about, oh, don't worry, it wasn't just about black people. We went after Latinos and Asians and whatever as well. Like, it's a really horrible thought. Thank you all so much for watching until the end.
Dr. Dre's beef by signing with Dre.
But Eminem was nothing but a poser.
Of Dr. Dre. Dre left Death Row. Suge didn't like that. Dre getting back
He
on.
was an industry plant.
This white rapper that's ended up being the best rapper in the fucking world. Suge
got
had
into
a
the
problem with it. He was
motherfucking
like, you know what? That kid need to be
Black
with us over at Death Row. And M was cut off on his way to his seat, and all these guys in red shirts surrounded him. And I'm looking at M's face, and I'm looking at these guys. I'm like, shit, something ain't right.
What was Eminem saying during all this?
He was like, man,
shit.
M was like, this motherfucker's trying to kill us. What they trying to do? What do they want? I don't understand. What do they want? I say, hey, man, they want you to sign with them instead of being with Drake.
The beef between Eminem and Suge Knight is a story you don't hear often. It's the tale of the white guy against the boogeyman who had some of the toughest gangster rappers quaking in their boots. You see, during the 90s, Suge was the guy that almost everyone was scared of. I mean, you had this huge 6'2" bearded guy who weighed about 300 pounds, was also a member of the mob Piru Bloods. So it's easy to see why anyone would be intimidated by that. And that's not all. Suge attended Linwood High School, where he played football, was also a track star. Suge was a standout talent, and by the time he finished high school, almost every major college football scout wanted him on their team. That's how good Suge was. This man played college football and even made it to the NFL. I mean, look at all that hair. This truly was a different lifetime for Suge Knight. But even during this period, the streets was a distraction for Suge. So his coach told him not to sign with the University of Southern California because it's too close to Compton, where the hood business would have been a problem for him. Therefore, Suge signed for the University of Las Vegas, and a year later, he signed with the LA Rams. But his coach in LA felt Suge wasn't good enough. Suge was benched, and he didn't take this lightly. He decided to quit football, and although his family pleaded with him to stay on the team, Suge's mind was already made up. This was when Suge decided to ditch the hair and go bald. And I'm guessing this was when the gangster fully took over. Suge became a concert promoter and then a bodyguard, but he only did this job for about 2 years. In 1989, Suge started his own music publishing company, and after some time, Suge earned a reputation as a fixer. When Suge's client, Mario Johnson, had a problem with Vanilla Ice over royalties for the song Ice Ice Baby, Suge fixed the problem.
Suge took me out on the balcony, started talking to me personally. On the balcony, high above, like 15 floors. He had me look over the edge, show me how high I was up there. You scared? I needed to wear a diaper on that day. I was very scared.
This would be the first of Suge's roles as a fixer. When rapper The DOC wanted to leave Ruthless Records, he reached out to Suge to help him get out of his deal. Through DOC, Suge met other members of NWA, and this is when Suge found out that Dr. Dre wanted to leave NWA as well. Once again, Suge fixed DOC and Dr. Dre's problem. They got out of their deal, and this was how one of the most iconic labels in hip-hop history began. Death Row Records began in 1991.
Death Row's in the mother...
the house?
Death Row can be bigger than Motown or Sony or Warner Brothers.
Death Row is going to be the biggest record company there is.
The master plan was to take over the world.
And in case you haven't noticed, Suge had managed to finesse his way from a bodyguard to becoming a label executive. Suge's label was the label other record labels wanted to be like. In a space of 6 years, Death Row released 3 of the greatest hip-hop albums ever. It's the kind of run that no other label has been able to replicate. Death Row released The Chronic in December 1992, and in November 1993 they dropped another classic. Snoop Dogg released Doggy Style, and the album debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200. Tupac was released from jail in 1995, and he would go on to become one of the biggest stars of the 90s. Pac's All Eyes on Me was another undeniable classic released by Death Row Records. By now, Suge Knight was one of the most powerful men in the industry, and there were truly no limits to what Suge could have become. But you could take the homie out of the hood, you can't take the hood out of the homie. Suge still hadn't left his violent ways behind. For any of his employees that made mistakes, Suge dealt with them in a not-so-executive manner. He allegedly beat an employee before sitting on him in the bathroom, and in another scenario, he made another employee drink the urine of everyone in the room.
That's nasty.
Suge also had various problems with the law, and he was sentenced to jail several times. And whenever he had the chance, he was also dissing other label executives.
And one other thing I like to say, any artist out there want to be an artist and want to stay a star, don't have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the video, all on the record, dancing. Come to Death Row.
Oh, yeah, we've seen
After
this.
some time, Death Row became known for violence because most of the people that Suge hired were either gang members or someone with a shady background. And because of this, Dr. Dre decided to leave Death Row. The official statement stated that Dr. Dre left because of a contract dispute. But various reports state that Dre left because he didn't like the image that Death Row now had, and he didn't like the people that were now associated with the label.
All these people around me, how many of them do I really need?
Suge ensured that Dre left the label without any of his publishing or masters. The only thing Dre got was his walking papers.
You have a multi-million-dollar company, maybe worth $1 billion or so, and you own it 100% and don't have a partner, and you'd have to give him nothing. But his walking papers, that's great.
A lot more than the public knows. The record business is to me, the worst business you can be involved in, because any Joe
West Coast beef. Instead, he just wanted to make music and work with even the East rappers.
It was mostly just the way the studio was, and that's where I have to spend most of my time. This East Coast, West Coast nonsense is just getting ridiculous, It's just like another form of black-on-black crime.
Dre left Death Row and started Aftermath Records. Luckily for Dre, one of the first artists he signed would become one of the most successful rappers of the 2000s. Dre signed Eminem to Aftermath on the 9th of March 1998. The label started slowly, but it really took off after Eminem was signed. M would go on to sell more records than anyone could have imagined. And Suge wasn't happy with this. Because as Aftermath began thriving, Death Row was on a downward spiral. Tupac had unfortunately been murdered, and Death Row never reached the heights they reached before. Suge felt Eminem should belong to Death Row Records. So at the Source Awards in 2001, Suge decided to let M feel his presence. M performed with D12 at the show.
I've been so many places, I've seen so many faces, but nothing compares to these blue and yellow purple hills. I climbed the highest mountain, once or twice, but who's counting? But nothing compares to these blue and yellow purple hills. Cool, calm.
But at this show, the artists were not allowed to sit with their bodyguards, and this left Eminem exposed. According to Eminem's former bodyguard, Big Nas, M found himself surrounded by Suge's goons at the show.
M was walking to his seat, I'm standing off to the side, and M was cut off on his way to his seat, and all these guys in red shirts surrounded him. And I'm looking at M's face, and I'm looking at these guys, I'm like, shit, something ain't right.
Just in case you don't know, the red shirt is a sign of the Bloods, the gang that Suge and his homies belonged to. M was in trouble, and Nas had to run down to help him before he was harmed. Big Nas stated that the men came with a message from Suge Knight.
You see all these guys talking about death row, motherfucker, death row. Death row, motherfucker, death row. So by the time I cut in, I step in front of him, I push the guys back. I'm like, yo, what the fuck going on here, man? He said, death row, motherfucker. This death row about, this death row life. I was like, death row, what's it got to do with him? He said, hey, man, Suge sent him a message.
M was caught in the middle of the beef between Suge and Dr. Dre. He was Dre's protege, and he had inherited his beef.
So I got him up out of there, took him backstage. So now backstage, I'm calling Dre's bodyguards. I call Dre, look, man, we got a serious issue, man. Death Row is here, and they trying to fight. They trying to do whatever they gonna do.
After M presented an award to DMX, Big Nas was able to finally get him out of the building.
What was Eminem saying during all this?
He was like, man,
shit.
It was like, this motherfucker's trying to kill us, man. What they trying to do? What do they want? I don't understand. What do they want? I say, hey, man, they want you to sign with them instead of being with Dre.
But what makes this situation even more confusing is that even though he wanted M on death row, Suge claimed Eminem's music means nothing to him.
What do you think of Eminem? Is that what do you think of white rap?
Well, you know, I don't. See, one thing about something, the ghetto is colorblind on a sense. If you really from the ghetto and you really doing those things you rapping about, you talking about, I can respect that.
Right.
But if somebody else writing your rhymes, somebody else, if you telling somebody else's story, that really don't mean nothing to me.
Still, this wouldn't be the last time that Eminem and Suge Knight will try to intimidate Eminem. After some time, Eminem signed his own protege, 50 Cent. 50 was very successful like his mentor, and while shooting the video for 50 Cent's Indie Club, Suge Knight came round.
Yeah, like I was like, what happened? I remember the time, actually, it's funny because he showed up to the Indie Club videos. He came, it was like, Suge's outside, Suge's outside. Everybody like, he was running, dropping shit, like, man, everybody going out. I'm in front of the camera like this.
When Suge Knight wants to make his presence felt, he likes to arrive in style. This time he arrived at the video shoot with over 30 Mexicans.
Suge came in with 30 Mexicans, like you said, which is weird, you know what I'm saying?
He always wrong with the Mexicans.
You know what I'm saying? And I just remember Smurf and 50 was like, what's up, man? What you want to do?
Bango.
Yeah, Bango was like, what you want to do? And Suge looked at him, and he took a puff of his cigar, and he blew it out, and he did like this, and they left.
However, Eminem was also present at the video shoot.
More about it. He came with the 50 Mexicans, and M was out there. M didn't back down. They said niggas came outside. He came with 50 Mexicans.
Suge has since been put behind bars for multiple offenses. While for Eminem, he's gone on to become not only one of the biggest rap.
He takes like a 5-year break after that.
Yeah, he had to.
How did you feel about that? Did you feel kind of triumphant?
I felt like, yeah, of course. Listen, there really wasn't hip hop is about these moments. And hip hop is like I've always been, I have my little revolutionary in me, my little, because you grow up like that in Boston kind of. And, hip hop takes on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was proud of that. It's funny because what's his name? He was in my, he was the other guy that was in Joe Budden's group. What's homie name?
Joel Ortiz.
No.
Crooked Eye.
Crooked Eye.
Okay.
So I met Crooked Eye at the office, and we just got the tapes, and we about to go up and do the press conference. There's like hundreds of real press up there. Crooked Eye's like, fuck it, I'm coming up. He knew about everything, was with the whole movement. That's why when I see Crooked Eye with Eminem, I'd be like, and he's on YouTube saying he was there, whatever, but he's not telling the truth about, like saying it's not like I want a Crooked Eye to come up here and make a statement, but Crooked Eye was sitting right there when I made my statement. You wouldn't even been in the building, you know what I'm saying, if it was like that. So let's get not with Crook. Me and Crook cool. Me and Crook did music way before that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that people think that because they come with Eminem, then they all automatically have to be my enemy, and that's not true. First of all, that shit is so back in the day. First of all, right?
And you've publicly said that you don't want anything to do with it at this
that's
point.
over with, man. Like we got to move on from things, man. Like that shit is. I don't want. Like I got a lot of dope shit that I'm doing.
I don't want to keep fucking talking about that unless it got something to do with us sitting down,
right?
Really sitting down talking about that, and you know, like I would love to do that with him, just me and him in a room and just sit and just really talk. I think that would do great for me, and it would do great for.
About being out there with the people, bro. Like, man, them hoods in Detroit, they need Eminem to come through there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he don't want to do it because, hey, that I'm white, or I don't know if he's like, I'm leery because something might happen. Like, I don't know which one, but he don't know. To me, if he showed up at Nipsey's funeral, do you know how big that would have been in the black people's eyes, man?
Yeah, that's a fact.
If he would have just showed up at Nipsey's, and I'm saying I didn't. You know what I'm saying? You know, my money wasn't even right to go out there to get a hotel or nothing. Like, I'm keeping 100 at that time. But if Eminem popped up or something like that, you know what I'm saying? You know, like any something in Detroit, I'm sure. You know what I'm saying?
Even the last couple years of Detroit/Flint music has been ridiculous. There's so many artists blowing up out of Detroit, and it's not like he's never co-signed anybody out of Detroit. But I feel like when you have a conversation with an Icewear Vezzo or a Babyface Ray or whatever, they respect Eminem, but it's almost like they respect him in his absence because he's just not there. He's not a presence in the city the way that a lot of these guys would probably like. And again, like he could do whatever the he wants to do with his life. But if I was his manager,
it's weird.
I would say get out there with the people a little bit more. It's not like you have to do that much. But, you know, hit a party here and there, you know.
Yeah, it is weird. I'm telling you, he's an industry plant. He's an industry plant.
It's not just because you said that,
he's
but and not going against Eminem, I think that would be great for him.
Right.
Like, every time I see him kind of do it, then he doesn't do it. Like it'd be little instances where it'd be like, okay, and then it's like, you know, because even like with Royce, you know, like that's like his top. I mean, man, we all need a Royce. You know what I'm saying? We all need a Royce. We all need to come with a Royce. You know, pay extra, come with a Royce. But like even with Royce, like Royce could pop him out more if he would do that around Royce. Because as much as Royce stick up for him, it would be cool to see him hang out with Royce at a club or something, or just believe it or not, like I'm looking at stuff like this. That shit to me, I swear, that shit to me does not make me angry no more. I'm to the age where I just want to, you know, do new opportunities. I got some great things going on in my life right now, and I just want. I mean, that shit is history. The history would be more dope if we could come together and talk about it. Man, we could probably do a 6-part series and just and people be like, oh, look, he wants it. But I'm saying, but this everybody's telling their stories. That's a major part of history right there.
Yeah.
Of hip hop history. I get kids, I say right now, like from all over the world, still cursing me out. He fucking killed you.
It would be a tragedy though if Eminem makes it to the end of his life, lives to be, you know, 70, 80 years old, and doesn't become more forthcoming about his story, because I feel like so many people would appreciate hearing it this late in the game, right?
But he has to mention everything.
Yeah.
You can't leave things that you just want to leave out.
Nobody know nothing about Eminem.
Things that you was a part of, even you know, the thing that you might think, because my story, like when I tell my story, it's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna tell the good, bad, and the ugly. Because at the end of the day, you're just telling your story and just telling, like you're just telling the truth of what you went through. You know what I'm saying? The internet is the narrative. It's not the truth, it's the narrative. You know what I'm saying? You know, your story is what you represent, and you know the source is just a small part of it. Just my father, that whole thing in Boston with the mob and everything, and Sourced, and after the Sourced, all that TV and Love and Hip Hop shit, the behind the scenes of that was crazy. And now my situation with Coi Leray and everything in between. You know, Paul Pierce situation, the Rough Rider situation, the the indictment, the Eminem. I mean, it goes on and on, and it's just amazing.
It was one of the earliest cases of an attempt at what people would now call cancel culture. And it was done by Eminem's own peers within hip-hop. It's about Eminem and his unfortunately famous racist rap hour. The racial rap recordings that made headlines for a solid number of articles and were the topic in many talks go all the way back to 1993 and 4 white dudes called the Basement Productions. The said collective was formed by Eminem somewhere between 1988 and 1993 and consisted of Eminem, White MC Chaos Kid, Brothers, DJ Butterfingers, and Mannix. And it's said to have more than a few songs in a racial context that did some harm to Eminem's life, but he was able to get over it.
Yeah, because
the reason why those tapes made so much noise that not only did they have some racial slurs being thrown among the lyrics, but many hip-hop figures saw that as a threat to
pretty much Eminem, who was a star at the time, stealing hip-hop culture. It was seen that record labels, alongside mainstream media and white rappers like Eminem, would make hip-hop their own, forgetting about the fact that it was created by African Americans, originally Black Americans, and remained their form of artistic expression. Such music labels as Interscope were seen as the root of all evil because these labels were making the media more biased, gathering a lot of powerful artists under their wings, and making independent artists seen as outcasts. This was emphasized greatly by The Source and Benzino, who also had a beef with Eminem. In addition, Eminem did a lot of work by trying to hide these racial tapes from his producer and owner of the record label, Champtow. This guy was the one who introduced Eminem to Detroit's black hip-hop community and put a lot of good work into shaping Eminem before he became a star. When Champtow heard the tracks for the first time in 2000, he was shocked, and it added to the fact that Eminem said that it was a breakup with his black girlfriend that provoked all of these slurs, and he said that it seemed like a bit deceitful. It all started in 2002 when Eminem released The Eminem Show, which was a huge boom among critics and fans. But The Source, while reviewing it, marked it 4 mics instead of 5. Eminem had another opinion about the fairness of that evaluation and was sure that his album deserved all 5 mics. He accused The Source and Benzino of being biased and added that he would never get the maximum amount of 5 mics due to him being white. But he didn't stop at that. Eminem took a great deal and was dissing The Source whenever he got the chance. Moreover, he took his vendetta to the next level when he refused to get an interview with Benzino about his new film, 8 Mile. Benzino decided to diss Eminem by releasing Pull Your Skirt Up, where he mocked Eminem, calling him 2003 Vanilla Ice, and said a lot of things that, pretty much, without The Source, nobody would have ever heard about Eminem. Surprisingly, it was not Eminem who made Benzino so angry, but the whole machine, while Eminem was just a part of it. The media was praising Eminem too much for Benzino's taste, naming him a king of hip-hop, and that by itself made Benzino feel like the erasure from the public memory of many great black male rappers who made hip-hop what it was back in 2002. But the anger that was driving Benzino to diss Eminem started a beef of 20 years plus, at least on one side. After Benzino published his other diss, I Don't Wanna, just in a few weeks, Eminem was furious that he dissed The Source, Benzino, and Dave Mays of The Source in 3 tracks: Invasion, The Sauce, Nail in the Coffin. In one interview, Eminem commented on the whole issue. "I've never met this man, this girl. She's obsessed with me. I would never think I would see the day when I seen the worst rapper in the world going against one of the best." In response to Eminem's dissing, Benzino released Die Another Day and Better Lose Yourself. And he took it way deeper than he should have because it's bad manners to go after a man's family. Tell Haley it ain't safe no more. Daddy better watch your back at the candy store. And it's when this dissing became very personal, but it was never intended to be, and this is before the tapes were even brought to light. After talking about Eminem's daughter in this fashion, Benzino got a crazy wave of backlash from Eminem's fans, and radio stations chose not to playlist songs anymore. But instead of backing down, he decided to go full on and use his magazine, The Source, as another platform to keep beefing with Eminem. Eminem was out for Benzino's head and released another diss, Go to Sleep, where he mentioned Ja Rule, who was beefing with 50 Cent. And he published a cover story with The Source's competitor, XXL magazine, that added fuel to the flame. Ja Rule wasn't silent and returned the favor of dissing Eminem's daughter in the track Loose Change. "Em, you claim your mother's a crackhead, and Kim is a known slut, so what's Haley gonna be when she grows up?" Later that year, Eminem and Shady Records fired back and released 3 diss tracks aimed at both Benzino and Ja Rule, who also had beef with 50 Cent at the time, who was signed with Shady Aftermath, such as Bump Heads, Do Re Mi, and Hail Mary. Benzino didn't stay quiet and made a team of him and Ja Rule to produce more diss tracks such as Fallen Down and Untouchable. And this is when the tapes saw the light because they were getting torched in the rap beef when it came to diss tracks. The tapes were spread by alleged friends of Eminem from the 90s, all 3 white fans from Detroit. They were trying to sell those tapes for over a year, initially hoping to raise about $50K, but nobody took that much of an interest in them. So finally, they got to the Source headquarters and asked to be seen by Dave Mays. They waited for quite some time in the lobby of the Source, eager to show Eminem's racial rap hour. While it was quite shocking, the Source being, first of all, a journalistic entity, had an obligation to report that and put it out there. They didn't get $50K, which is what they wanted. Benzino admitted that he paid $10K in front and said if there's more to the picture, he would pay another $5K. Those songs, 2 in particular, Foolish Pride, and another one very short, were criticizing black girls by their appearance and the fact that all they wanted was money.
and the track seemed very unprofessionally made. Benzino commented on the whole situation. Don't make this right now a double standard. We gotta treat this the same way you treat Mike Tyson.
Facts,
like
nigga.
you treat Kobe Bryant.
Facts, nigga.
Like you
But they
treat R.
don't,
Kelly.
nigga.
Like you treat O.J. Simpson. With this said, The Source and Benzino were planning to expose the whole CD with multiple songs, Racist Rap Hour, along with their new issue of the magazine in February. But they were interrupted by doing so through the courts. Specifically, Eminem sued The Source and accused them of making an illegal copy of the CD with his old recordings and sought an injunction by which it would be impossible to distribute the CD. In addition, Eminem stated that the owners of the magazine, Benzino and Dave Mays, had breached the copyright law by the fact that they reproduced previously unreleased recordings. Judge Lynch granted Eminem and Shady Records an injunction, but later the judge lifted it, ruling that the magazine could publish no more than 20 seconds of the whole CD. Despite Eminem's lawyers appealing the ruling, the February edition of The Source had a CD with 20 seconds of combined slurs from his early recordings. Moreover, The Source did publish all the lyrics on their website and magazine, which infuriated Eminem, and there probably was another court about The Source paying Eminem for the damage that they had done. But in 2005, Eminem withdrew after presenting that court case, saying that he was done with the whole situation. While there were some discussions about whether on the second short track it was Eminem who rapped using a lot of slurs, Eminem's publicist said, "We haven't heard the first tape and can't confirm whether it's him." Eminem apologized for all the things that he said in these songs, stating that the whole Racist Rap Hour was recorded when he was 15 or 16 years old, not 21, which is what The Source stated. Ray Benzino, Dave Mays, and The Source have had a vendetta against me, Shady Records, and our artists for a long time. The tape they played today was something I made out of anger, stupidity, and frustration when I was a teenager. I'd just broken up with my girlfriend, who was African American, and I reacted like the angry, stupid kid I was. I hope people will take it for the foolishness that it was, not for what somebody is trying to make it into today. As a result of the beef, the end of which was nowhere to be seen, and the backlash that The Source magazine was taking from all fronts, Benzino was removed from the company later in 2006. Eminem's track, Like Toy Soldiers, is about the disappointment over many beefs that were going around at the time. Not only his with Benzino, but the one that 50 Cent had with Ja Rule. In the lyrics, it's clear that Eminem provides us with a bit of analysis of what was happening and how multiple situations were controlled. He also stated that whenever someone touches another man's family, it crosses the line, which is what Benzino brought forward. Not only Eminem, but he describes hip-hop during that time too. There used to be a time when you could just say a rhyme and wouldn't have to worry about one of your people dying. But now it's elevated because once you put someone's kids in it, the shit gets escalated. It ain't just words no more, is it? It's a different ball game. You call names and you ain't just rapping. At the end of the song, it looked like Eminem really wanted to leave all those beefs in the past. I'm just willing to be the bigger man. If y'all can quit popping off at the jaws, well then I can, because frankly, I'm sick of talking. As Benzino and Eminem seemed to bury the hatchet, finally, Benzino opened up about the initial reasons for the beef, which as it turned out, wasn't about Eminem at all. At the time, I felt deep about what I was standing for. My thing is, hip-hop is the only thing that made white people come to the culture, buy into the culture, spend money, and also interact with the culture through hip-hop. Eminem is not in the culture that I'm from. That's not a bad thing. I'm not mad at that. He grew up where there weren't a lot of black people, which seems to not be quite the case. On March 18th, 2022, on his Twitter, Benzino stated that, "To all Eminem fans and stans all over the world, the beef is officially over. I'm letting y'all know I have no hate towards any of his fans and recognize his contributions to hip-hop. He truly is a part of the culture and one of the best to rock the mic, regardless of his color." The piece did not last long, as one would hope. Perhaps it's just Benzino's nature to be hooked on the adrenaline rush that comes from constantly being in conflict. If you just look at the past several years, whether it's with his daughter publicly, with a police officer, with Eminem, with any number of people. But just after that month that he declared peace, he got himself into another beef with 50 Cent, who posted some videos that implied some sus behavior from Benzino, which is understandable that he wanted to stand up for his reputation. Although he didn't have to take shots at Eminem, but it was habit, saying that all of Eminem's friends, including 50 Cent, were his slaves. Eminem hasn't even addressed it. Luckily for Eminem, this racial rap hour didn't really affect his career that much, except for a few disses. He was already almost at the point where he was too big to fail, and if there were anything to destroy him, it would be this. He was able to push through it. The majority of his younger fans probably don't even know that it happened. And older fans either don't care or don't really bring it up. But it was a very interesting turn of events because this is something that could be career-ending for someone like Eminem, who was really the only popular white rapper and arguably the most popular rapper in the world in general. But if this happened today, I wonder what would happen to Eminem.
I'll be back. So y'all seen from that shit, man? Eminem is up and it's stuck, nigga. We been knowing you was one of those. You know what I'm saying? Like your rap is ass fucking juice, nigga. For them niggas to say you the best rapper of all time, 8 Mile, I never did like 8 Mile. I watched that shit when I was little. That shit was ass. I mean, I like the little dance when he did little, but all that shit ass juice, nigga. Your rap game ass juice, nigga. When you rapped against Donald Trump, it was ass, nigga. When you made this little weak ass rap, you just did I think it was like recently, like a month or this month or some shit. Ass, you can't rap. I think everybody wrote that nigga rhyme. Like even Suge Knight pointed that nigga out. This nigga said, man, if this nigga really talking about some shit and he had somebody to help write them, he don't take the nigga serious. Eminem, we don't take your ass serious. You come into the game, you making this big ass explosion, and then you just disappear and never to return on some weak ass shit. You want to return up at this Detroit ass game talking about, man, Eminem, we not fucking buying nothing you fucking selling, nigga. Like, nigga, we know that you on some fugazi ass shit, nigga. Your whole rap like it's a whole different. You got a whole different rap style. And I heard nigga talking, oh yeah, but not every rap song supposed to sound the best. Yeah, not every rap song supposed to sound the best. But when niggas put you as the best rapper of all time to do it, and your ass rapping sounds horrible as fuck, nigga, trash as hell, nigga, and you white as fuck, they try to put you in the black community and say you the best of fuck no, nigga, you're ass. I'm getting tired of these motherfuckers putting these white people in our categories, in our lane, and saying they the best. Like basketball, we took that shit. We just naturally better. We got stats to prove it. People are just naturally better in all that shit, nigga. Anything that was created, we takes over and we dominate. Ain't no white person ever took over hip hop and dominated. That nigga had a short run where the system helped that nigga, and it was a time where they was trying to promote these white people to take over this shit, man. And it did not work. It only these cool motherfuckers would keep on saying, oh yeah, he the best. They coons, man. They part of the system, man. They saying that shit, but bro, they coon ass niggas, and it's just how it goes. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's sad world we live in. You know what I'm saying? Because you know the real know what's up. You know what I'm saying? We been on him. Like I didn't even have to tell to know this nigga was racist as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing about it, man. I be saying cracker, bro. It's like I'm in my own community. What they talking about? This nigga coming to the black community, trying to call people the hard ERs and niggas and shit. It's like, bro, go to the fucking country music and say that shit, nigga. Stop fucking with us, nigga. Stop exploiting our fucking genre, our fucking culture, and making the bands off of us and disappearing and not supporting the black culture, nigga. And not helping niggas out, nigga. You can't come in this bitch, grind and eat off us and just disappear and not support nobody, nigga, and thinking that we fucking with you, bro. You a dummy. You know what I'm saying? And that's why niggas like me and niggas who fight against that nigga like Benzo and all the other niggas, real niggas, they need niggas like us who gonna expose that nigga, bruh. Who expose all this white hypocrisy, man. Cause these other cool ass niggas, they not finna expose this shit, nigga. They like that shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Niggas like me, real nigga, I'm exposing every little fucking retarded ass goofy shit y'all do against us, nigga. We ain't stupid, nigga. We know y'all got a plan against us, nigga. And we know y'all been using this fucking these industry plans to try to drive how the music industry is supposed to be. Nigga, all these industries are ran by white people. Let's get that straightened. Most of these music industries are ran by white people. You know what I'm saying? These motherfucking artists gotta go in front of a room full of white people and perform. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers don't have the best interest in us. Nigga, they got their own hidden agenda. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy, man. You know, they got the system where they got the industry, but they give these niggas the big bands, the money on. And these niggas is telling these niggas what to do. And these niggas not even trying to support us. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying they're not even trying to support us. the rap industry, the labels and shit, they're not trying to help us. Then they got these black people, some of these black people don't even tell the truth, talk about the truth or anything. They just rap about some bullshit. And the truth, they leave that shit alone. They just rap about bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, we live in this life, man. We live in this world, man, where your voice is the most powerful thing that we got, is our voice. You know what I'm saying? My bad for the people who's deaf, you know, not deaf, who can't talk. You know what I'm saying? There's some people who can't talk. You know, but it's like, you know, our most powerful thing is our voice. You know what I'm saying? Like when the first word that God said, you know what I'm saying? Let there be light. You know what I'm saying? He spoke the words. You know what I'm saying? So our most powerful thing is our words. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, when we don't fight against the truth and at least speak about it, nigga, we just letting a whole bunch of people get misled and misguided. And that's what people do. And then comes years to find out that they probably, some of these niggas was the biggest Eminem fans ever. And he's racist as hell. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, bro, we not falling for that fugazi ass fake, wanna be in our face, culture, steal out our bag of money, never support us, and talk shit about us. We ain't fucking with that shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? We not fucking with that shit. The cops, we not fucking with y'all either, nigga. Y'all just do the same thing. Y'all just arrest us and kill us. And you expect us to like y'all niggas? No, nigga, we ain't gonna never like y'all niggas, man. We ain't gonna never like y'all niggas, man. As long as y'all arrest us and kill us and make money on off us and exploit us, nigga, no damn way in hell we ever gonna support y'all niggas on some shit, nigga. No, nigga, I ain't no coon. I ain't no nigga who's whitewashed, nigga. I know the truth, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't gonna keep on playing in our faces, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, any nigga with a fucking brain can tell that Eminem is an industry plant. Nigga, ain't no damn way you get into the fucking rap game like this. You got a whole fucking racist tape like that and got in the whole rap game, infiltrated it, and became part of some of the friends of some of the biggest rap artists of all time, nigga. And you just disappeared now. Boy, you a goofy nigga. And we ain't gonna never support you, Eminem. You know what I'm saying? We been knowing that you was against us, man. We've been knowing you trying to get the money grab and disappear and keep us and get us killed and talk shit about us, nigga. I bet behind closed doors, y'all be talking the meanest shit about us, nigga. And that's why we don't support y'all white people like that, man. Cause y'all some goofy ass motherfuckers, man. And even starting to come to the Mexicans, man. Y'all Mexicans starting to act like these white people, man. And y'all use the white man system, man, to keep us down, man. Y'all gonna be part of what they got coming, man. And it's like, it's funny, man, because it's like, I be seeing these famous rappers saying, oh yeah, Eminem was this and that. Nigga, I ain't never heard no street nigga, no real nigga, no nigga ever say that Eminem was a GOAT. Never, ever in my fucking life. I hear from these fucking coon ass motherfucking rappers saying that shit. I'm like, bro, y'all goofy ass niggas. Yeah, the only reason you saying it because you part of the system, or you getting the bag from that nigga, or you love these motherfucking white people to the death, nigga. Ain't no damn way niggas putting Eminem in the top 5 ever of all time. Bitch, you gotta be retarded. That nigga not even in the top 10, 15. That nigga at the bottom, nigga. Let's be honest, nigga. I ain't never listened to a goddamn day. I listened to like some of his songs back in the day, but like just listen to like I listen to them, you know what I'm saying? But they ain't never just really caught my ears, you know what I'm saying? You know how you listen to songs and you're like, oh, okay, that's just the song. Okay, up to the next one. That's how it was. These, like, you know, when you catch a song, you gotta listen to that song over and over and over and over again, because you want to. Eminem ain't got no song like that. None of them. And these niggas just boosting that nigga, sucking that meat off that nigga, pause if needed, dry, just to fucking, I don't fucking know what it is, push an agenda, bro. And it's like, bro, it's funny, man, that the industry, man, it's been trying to steal the rap game from the streets, because they know that they can make the more bag off of these fake ass niggas like Gunna and shit, off these fake ass niggas, and who never done some shit, than the niggas who actually doing the shit, because the niggas who doing the shit is a high risk value. You dig what I'm saying, Crip? Like, you dig, like, y'all gotta listen to a nigga. They high risk value. They not finna put the work and time into the niggas who got high risk value, who got a bunch of beef, because they seen how it goes. So they gonna give it to these niggas who's faking it, who's lying, who's never been through nothing, who been through the suburbs, who get the connections, and they rap. And they know they can control these niggas super easily. Niggas like a real nigga, you know what I'm saying, they can't control. So, hey man, I hope y'all enjoy these videos, man. I'm just trying to spread the truth. I've been on Eminem was racist. You don't have to tell me. Nigga, I seen that nigga with that blonde hair with that little. Oh yeah, that nigga most definitely racist. I know that nigga say the hard ER when he's talking to his white buddies. But hey man, I hope y'all enjoy these videos, man. Fuck with your boy, like, subscribe. I'm gonna keep on continue to post these videos, man. Hey, all day, every day, man. Some days I'm not gonna record, but hey, we gonna stay consistency. We're gonna keep on putting that work in, man. Make sure y'all fuck with your boy. And yeah, we out the bitch hood and outside. Crib. Gangish.
Hey, Dad, you know, dog, when we link up, dog, this shit be legendary. You know this instrumental, you the engineer on it, so Kodak everywhere.